Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the meeting of the Georges River Local Planning Panel for Thursday, 6 February 2025. My name is Anthony Hutt, chair of this panel. The panel is currently streaming from the Georges River Council office on Street, Hurstville. Panel members today are Stephen Davies, expert panel member, David Epstein, expert panel member, and Jenny Simpson, community representative on the panel. This panel has been appointed by the Minister for Planning to determine the two development applications, the two that are on the agenda today, requirements of the Planning and Assessment Act. Acknowledgement of country, the Georges River Local Planning Panel acknowledges the Gadigal people of the Eora, traditional custodians of all lands in the Georges River area. We pay our respect to elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who work on these lands. I'm required to advise you that under the provisions of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act 1979, this meeting of the panel is being live streamed and will be made available on Council's website. In accordance with the required meeting protocols, interested parties wishing to make representations to the requested to register a summary of their interests. 2 registrations have been received and we will hear from both those parties tonight. One from each of the applications, and we'll do the application in order as per the agenda. 15 Lacey Street first and then 36 Ray Oatley second. As required by the Local Planning Panel Code of Conduct, panel members are required to disclose any conflict of any agenda. The relevant forms, as prescribed by the New South Wales Department of Planning, have been completed and tabled, and there's no disclosed conflict of interest has been raised by any panel member for today's agenda. As I said before, we've received completed assessment report from the council staff for 2 development applications. We've also undertaken an inspection of the 2 sites in nearby locality today. As I said before, we're dealing with both matters in order as per the agenda. I will also note that in relation to the second matter, 36 Warranora Parade Oatley, that we also went into the property next door, number 34 Warranora, I should say, and had a look at their property and their rear yard, and at the same time, a copy of the amended plans were left with them, acknowledging that they had not seen them before. There may be some more discussion about that after. As we progress through the matters on the agenda, only those persons who have registered to speak will verbally be able to make representations to the panel. Each person who has registered to speak is requested to limit their presentation to 3 minutes. Also, anyone invited to speak to the panel via Teams, if they speak clearly and of a volume that will be projected to the speakers to assist those doing the live streaming, that is, persons live streaming so they can hear what's being said. And also, all speakers should leave their camera and microphone turned off until it is their turn to speak and they'll be called upon. I also remind persons that any defamatory and or discriminatory or offensive language used may result in that person being exposed to a liability for which the council and the panel take no responsibility. When we've heard all the oral submissions on the particular application, we'll move to the next one. Members of the public are free to continue to listen to the broadcast and stay in here until we get to the final, until both matters have been, the public part for both matters is completed, and then we will go into private session, and then that's when it'll go off the internet and people will have to chambers, and we'll make a determination on both matters in closed session, and then that will be, the decisions will be confirmed on the website. Start with the first matter, which is Lacey Street, and I understand we have some people from the applicant, Peter Smith Architects.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Tanya Ironside and I'm from Smith & Sons Architects, and I'm joined by Peter Smith. We are the architects on this project. Briefly, the apartment building you have before you is one of the last to redevelop in the immediate surrounding for a high density residential zone. It's largely compliant with all the controls, with the exception of a height non-compliant to enable a rooftop communal open space and a lift access to this space. The proposed development is contextually consistent with the surrounding development, and we're just here in case the members of the panel have any questions for us.
Thank you. I take it you've seen the draft report, or the report I should say, that we have?
Yes, that's correct.
And okay with all the conditions proposed? No particular issues or any questions about that?
No issues.
Thank you. No questions from any members of the panel, so thanks very much.
Thank you for your time.
We'll then move on to the next matter, number 36 Warrenora Parade Oatley, and I think we have the owners of number 34 who are here present. If you'd like to come forward and sit. I'll turn my microphone off.
Yes, Keith McGrory is my name. My wife and I live next door to this development, proposed development. We're at a disadvantage because we were only told, as you know, about an hour ago that it was going to be a two-storey addition.
And all our objections are done on the original plans.
I sent this in 6 months ago, but in writing about the objections we had with the other one. So there's no point in doing most of this because it's not relative. The things I had were strong objection to the proposed overdevelopment of next door. The side additions being 900 mil off the side, well, that still remains the same, of the boundary fence. The plans were a bit vague. It was only a small A4 size for the whole thing. But anyway, our main thing was that we were going to lose our privacy in our backyard and in our outdoor living area. The proposed additions of a door, windows in the existing rear extension, which is there, would have severely impact on our privacy. And apparently that's still the same on the new plans. Those windows and doors, which are not there now, want to put in, and I object to that. 3 metre extension outdoor. Yeah, there's lots of privacy. The dormer windows, well, that's not in it now. And instead we have a second story addition out at the rear section of the house. The main thing is we lose our privacy and our lifestyle is affected by the proposed development, and little consideration was given to us as neighbours. So as for the new plans, do you want me to comment on them?
We haven't really had time.
I know we haven't
had time to examine them.
No? Absolutely.
We haven't had time to look at them properly.
So the new plans, looking at the plan showing the addition, we're still, as I said, it's a metre off the side boundary, which seems close to me, but I don't know what the rules are. The plan showing the second story addition all looks good for them, but we still have windows looking into the backyard, and the main concern is these additional windows and doors on the side. I can't understand why they are there. Ground floor, yes. Upstairs, as was pointed out to us this afternoon, there's going to be a bathroom with frosted windows, so that's okay. I don't know what this little side one on the step back is. What purpose that is, I can't tell with these plans. And I can't see if they want the windows on the side a metre off the fence. I can't determine where the fence line is. It shows something here, but why can't they put in a high line window, which we have in our kitchen, which faces that side? We put that in 40 years ago or something, but have them high up, still get light in, but I can't understand why they want to look at a big a fence in the side of our house.
And you know, to our backyard as well. That's the main thing. We lose our privacy. We've worked hard to get the yard to how we want it, and feel like we're going to lose it.
So I think it's
And we haven't had time to look at it.
I think it's strange that we were hit with this afternoon, an hour ago, that it's going to be a second story addition. In some ways, it's probably better than what they proposed putting down the side, extending out with a skillion roof off the side of the house to almost onto the fence line. From what I can tell here, it looks like they're going to have a landing area out the back with a garden and a garden along the side fence, which probably sounds better than having what they had proposed earlier with a tin roof and the side of the place being a metre off the fence and looking straight into our lounge room and dining room area.
Is there any reason we weren't notified of the new plans?
Okay.
Sorry, you're just here to tell us we're not here to answer your question, sorry, but you're just here to tell us your objections.
Okay.
I understand your objection about the notification, and I understand your objections about privacy. Anything else?
No, I think we've covered as much as we can.
Thank you. Thanks very much. So that brings us to the end of the open session. So now we'll close the open part of the meeting. Thank you.